The trophy dash in the late model division is the best yet. Right now it's anyone's race, with the top 7 just 42 points apart. Some have been big winners, yet inconsistent. Others have just hung in there throughout the season.
It's like you're starting from the start of the season, and it's going to be a good championship fight.
We're happy to be where we are at this point of the season. We're having a good year. We're just going to try and hold out for the rest of the year and hope to finish in the top 5 in points.
Oh, you know I have a shot at it. I don't quit. I'm definitely not a quitter. If I quit, it would have been home this week.
It's wide open. We got a double point 50 lapper, and we're just going to put our nose to the grindstone, do the best we can, and let the chips fall where they may.
Today's late model report is brought to you by All Pro Auto Parts. All Pro, your auto parts specialist.
Roger Oxy did a bang-up job at the end of June, putting his number 39 into victory lane for the 3rd time this season. Just a week later, the late models made a mess of the track. Dan Giovanelli kept his number 28 out of the wrecks and managed to bang his way past Ed Whalen to take the lead and the win. The next week, Tony Urbina had his eyes glued to his rearview mirror. That's because Eddie Denseski was coming on strong. After doing his best to get around Urbina, Denseski taps the 26 with 2 laps to go. Urbina spins, clearing the way for Denseski to cross the finish line first. Just 7 days later, Urbina was back in the thick of things. David Royce complained the 26 sent him into the wall. But as soon as racing resumed, Urbina jumped out front and stayed there for the win. Bad luck played a big part in the July 22nd feature. Buzzy Erickson worked his way into the lead, only to get a flat on the last lap. That let rookie Larry LaFontaine jump up front and nail down his 2nd win of the year.
The last 3 weeks, I had no luck, 0 luck. Here we go. It didn't look like we were going to get the feature tonight, but I just stayed in it, and here we are.
Last week, Dan the Man put on a real show. Giovanelli started 4th, but it didn't take him long to race past Kevin Metzger and the rest of the field for his 3rd victory of the year.
Defending late model champ and hometown favorite Eddie Denseski has been struggling this season to get back on top of the division. With half the season behind him, the question still remains, can he put it all together to keep his crown?
Using Denseski's own words, last year was a dream come true. But so far this season, his track record has been less than perfect.
We started out real strong. We were right into the point lead, and we fell out the double point show, and that kind of hurt us. But we're back on, back on track now.
This year's problems have not been isolated to the track.
I was checked out, and what I was having is anxiety attacks, and that's something that I'm dealing with now, and I think I'm going to overcome it real soon. I've been getting better, and it's not going to be a problem for me. I'm going to handle it.
The entire Repco Distributors team has had to overcome adversity this year. Despite these obstacles, Eddie says he's trying to stay focused.
It's always in the back of your mind, but I try to stay focused on the race car. During the week I handle the family problems and whatever, business problems, whatever comes up. But Saturday night I try to stay pretty focused on the race car.
One of the reasons why Eddie is able to concentrate on driving, he knows his brother Ted is taking care of business.
We work together on the setup, I give him ideas and he tries things, and it works out real good that way. I'm going to try to see if we can't get him voted in, on the Gold Wrench ballot. I want to do that for him. All these years he's put me in real safe, competitive cars, and I think I owe that to him.
In spite of all the setbacks, Denseski has looked strong as of late, and the 18-year veteran is optimistic he'll be back on top when it counts in September.
To do it again in late models, that would be fantastic. That would just prove that we are the most consistent like we have been the last few years, and I would really like to nail that down.
Today's Pit Tip is brought to you by Oval Speed Unlimited of Massapequa Park, always catering to the oval track racer.
On the track, drivers battle wheel to wheel. In the pits, teams thrash to fix their cars. Yet one of the most hectic areas at the raceway always seems to be the Oval Speed Unlimited parts truck.
Yes, sir, Roger. What can we do for you?
I'm the parts supplier here. My job is to make sure I have what you need on that truck. So what can we do for you?
I want a 500-pound spring, classic 508-inch.
Bottom's open. Watch it. Thanks. You have to have everything.
Can I get the heaviest radiator cap that you got?
Look like this?
Oh, no, it's a little skinny guy, like an old-style one.
Ah, like that. That's it. There you go. Go for it.
Thanks, Dad.
Okay.
Hey, do you have batteries for these things?
No, you just take the battery. You can swap the batteries.
Oh, okay.
If they're the same battery, you just borrow my batteries.
Mine's going to do that. Mine's going to beep.
You're in business.
It helps to change them every now and then. Gives you a little extra pop But then again, you haven't needed the extra pop, am I correct?
Points mean a lot here. You race for money, you race for points. If you break something, you don't want to put your car on a trailer, go home. You want to fix the car, get it back in the racetrack, get as many points as you can. That's what we help them do. It gets crazy sometimes. Just insane.
Yes, sir. Need some goggles. Goggles. It's getting so bad up there. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yes, sir. Need one of them, huh? Yes, sir. Okay. One roll black duct tape. I'm forever doing something with somebody.
Your auto parts specialist.
It's been the Roger and Dan show in the late models this month. Roger Oxy ran into trouble during race number 1 and almost gave up the win to Dan Giovanelli. But the Rocket held strong for his division-leading 4th win of the year. Point leader Dan Giovanelli tied that mark just last week. He led wire to wire in the double-point 50-lap event. Oxy challenged Giovanelli, but Steve Tooker ruined Oxy's bid when he nudged the 39 and slid underneath with just 3 laps to go.
Danny was on the money, so even though he was starting from the pole, I would have liked to have that advantage and let him try me, but, you know, you don't always win that way.
Our goal is the championship, but it's real hard to, you know, not to go for the wins. We've got, I believe, 4 wins now, and, you know, we'd still like to get more, but, you know, we'll take what we get.
Pete Erickson debuted his new Matlack chassis Dodge Avenger and finished 4th to keep the points race tight.
Tom McCann, Mike Ewers.
This month's Charger action has been fierce. Ray Maneri had his Mr. Beery's 43 on rails during the first race this month to score his 2nd victory of the season. Last month, point leader Mike Waslonis told us he had one wish.
I'm looking for everyone to pull over and let me win one day.
Well, his wish came true 2 weeks ago when Chris Obermeyer pulled across the track and blocked leader Peter Melillo, handing the win to Waslonis.
I have to thank Peter later. Unfortunately, I don't think he wanted to pull over. Someone else helped with that. So I'm glad that he let me win. I appreciate it.
Waslonis continued to pad his point lead last week with a 4th place finish. George Crockett banged his way to a Charger high win number 3 on the season. Dan Turbish used up the entire track in keeping Mike Harold behind him for the runner-up spot.
George the Rocket Crockett began the month's Charger action with a bang, holding off Jeff Barwick and Skip Von Holt for his 2nd win of 1995. A week later, Brad Phillips used John Elwood's car as a launching ramp. Rookie Bill Norton took the lead on the 4th lap and went on to win his first ever Charger feature. John Elwood's luck changed for the better the following week. Despite running on 7 cylinders, the 17 held off Joe Hartman to pick up the first Charger win of his career. Russ Thorson took the wildest ride of his life the next week. Jack Orlando led from green to checker. Bobby Sada was on rails 2 weeks ago. He blew by Tom Smalley on lap 7 and cruised to his first official win of the year. Last week's race came right down to the wire. Leader Eddie Mistretta and Danny Grennan battle fender to fender. Mistretta leans on the 38 once too often, and on the last lap, Grennan spins after contact, and the 27 goes on to win his first feature ever.
He drove into my left rear, gave me a flat, and gave me about 3 or 4 checks before that, and I hung on, but he got the best of me.
My car was pushing, and it was loose coming off the corners. Danny was trying to squeeze through. It was tough for me to give him running room. I felt bad. I don't want to run him dirty, but I tried holding on to my position.
For Long Island Trackside, I'm Paul Schneller.